Homemade Weapons Part 1. So, hi guys, this is Go Will Woodworking and Metal, and today I'm going to be showing you some of the weapons I've been making over the past few weeks. As you know, I've been quite inactive for a while. So I'll be separating it into a couple of parts, just a part for each weapon. Let's get started. So, first we have the crossbow. I'd say this is pretty much one of my biggest fails. It took me over 3 weeks to make. It cost like $30, and it sucks. It takes almost half an hour to string it. You have to go through, there's 4 pulleys, and you have to go through each one twice. It can barely shoot past its own rail, and overall it's just useless. Like, the trigger fires when you don't want it to. It falls apart a lot, and I have to fix that. As you can see, I've got glue and tape everywhere. It's just really bad. You'd never want to use this for anything other than show, and even then it's not good. It falls apart and everything. So yeah, pretty much my worst weapon, but it looks pretty cool, I guess, if you don't take into account that it's falling apart. But it has lots of twiddly knobs and stuff, so you can show it off to people and they'll think you're cool. So here's a little close-up for any of you guys who actually want to see what it looks like. Has the double pulleys on one side, attached to a bit of angle iron, which is then attached to a clamp. And then the clamp has 2 screws and a bit of glue and some balsa attaching it to the main body. The main body's made up of 3 sheets of plywood stuck together. At the back we have a handle just epoxied on, and here's the trigger mechanism. So the trigger moves, and there's a little thing at the top here. I'm not going to explain it to you right now. I might make another video explaining some trigger mechanisms and stuff later on. That's a secret. But it's just got the trigger piece here and the firing piece here. You just press them together, and then when you pull the trigger back, they'll undo, and the firing piece will let go and push forwards, therefore allowing the string to slide forwards and shoot the bolt. It's powered by the clamps, as you can see. It doesn't usually move like that, but you can push it back just using the power of the clamp. You can push it back and it goes against the clamp. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just the underside. There's a bit of sheet metal to stop the trigger going forwards. It's a long story. It failed the first time I made it. So, yeah, that's the crossbow done. So, next up, nunchucks. I figured I'd go from my most disappointing weapon, crossbow, to nunchucks, which are my favorite weapon. I built them really recently, just a couple of days ago. And I've already learned how to use them, and they're really quite fun to use. As you can see, like, I've had a lot of practice, but this is my favorite move. It's called the butterfly. Yeah, nunchucks. A bit of a close-up here. It's pretty easy. I just got a bit of a thin plank, cut it in half, and then drill. I'll do a video describing them in detail in a couple of days. I just filed off the edges to make sort of handles, and then I drilled 2 holes on the sides of each of the planks, and then I drilled a hole through the top of each, and then I got a weaving pattern for the nunchucks off a channel called Z0 Alpha, or ZNA Productions, as he's called it now. I'll just put a link to his channel in the description. Yeah, and I wove that, glued it with some hot glue. Yeah, you have nunchucks. I did a bit of a handle wrap, but that's not necessary. Yeah, they're really fun to use, and easy to learn. I think I'll put a link in the description to a guy that does videos on how to learn to use nunchucks as well. So you can watch my video to make them, and then watch his videos to learn how to use them, and get yourself a sweet pair of nunchucks to use. So, yeah, that's the nunchucks. On to the next weapon. So, next weapon is a simple hunting knife. I'm probably going to have to show you guys this one close up, because there's not much to it, but it helps if you can see the design. So I just did a simple curved blade on the top, and then I did a serrated blade with, and I left a bit of the edge blunt so you can sort of whack things with it. It had a handle on it, but I stripped that off just because it was getting all greasy. I didn't have any waterproof coating or anything on it. It was just made of wood with a bit of tape wrapped around it, so it was pretty bad. So I ripped that off. I sort of partly tempered it in a fire, but that's not really necessary if you're just using it for normal things. I was using it for like chopping wood and stuff, so I tempered it a bit, but I didn't do a very good job on it anyway, so you don't need to use that. Yeah, so I might be putting a video of how to make this up, but it's really simple. I just got a flat bar and then cut off the different edges and sharpened it where I needed to, round it off a bit. Yeah, I might make a quick tutorial, but it's not that hard to make. You can just make it yourself anytime. Yeah, so you can see it there. Yeah, a nice simple metal hunting knife that you can use. It's also well balanced, so you can use it as a throwing knife if you want. And it's really easy for materials. I just got a bit of a roofing metal sheet that had these holes in it, which I could use for the handles, and then I just cut the design out and sharpened it and stuff, so you can make as many of these as you want. They're really cheap to make and easy. So yeah, that's a simple hunting knife. So now for the last part of the video. The last weapon I wanted to show you was this armor gauntlet thingy-mabob that I made. Yeah, I know it's not really a weapon, but I had to put it in this video because it was the only way I could present it. I'm not going to make a build tutorial for this. It's just a bit too complicated, but I will make an armor tutorial, and you can just get all the tips from that video and use it to make this or any other piece of armor that you want to make. I'll explain that more in the video. But yeah, it's just a simple gauntlet. It has two straps, one for your fingers and one for your thumb. On the hand, it has a wrist strap. That's just temporary because I don't have the other strap right at the moment that goes in your wrist. The wrist is the adjustable one because it's too small to fit your hand through, but if you made it big enough to fit your hand through, it wouldn't be of any use. It would just move around and be way too loose. And then you just got the elbow/forearm strap at the back. So if you can see, I put a little bit of bubble wrap inside because I had bubble wrap available. I didn't have any foam or anything, so I just put that in. It's good so you don't scratch yourselves. Yeah, so it was really easy to make. I just got some sheet metal, got the design, cut it out, bent it, and then drilled the holes, put the rivets through with the straps. I used the burning technique that I use in some of my other videos. That'll be in the armor video as well. Yeah, I used fender washers and nuts just to give the rivet a better hold and make it look a bit more menacing, you know, just in case, because, yeah, so there's also a slight intimidation factor. The edges are bent up and there's big nuts and bolts and stuff. So if someone was coming at you, you could just sort of block it and sort of block them. Even the corners of these can be used as weapons. Like if you got it in your eye, or even just scratch yourself, it could probably draw blood. So yeah, that's the armor gauntlet thingy-mabobs that I have no name for. So they're basically the AAG stuff. Because thingy-mabob is a replaceable word. You can use any word you want. Yeah, anyway, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like, comment, or subscribe. You can comment to say what you'd like to see next. And keep an eye out for the next homemade weapons video, which I'll be doing which I'll put up in about a week or two. Yeah, just thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video.